Hello everyone, this is Minty Fries, and welcome to what is probably the most clickbaity video I will ever make. So what are we at, like day 20 of quarantine now? Anyway, I thought it would be fun to make a video about a nice fun activity you can do at home without needing any supplies. You don't need to go out and buy anything for this. So this program right here is TinkerCAD. I know that most of the 3D models I make on my video use the program Blender, but I thought it would be fun to do this in TinkerCAD, first of all because it's the program that I learned how to 3D model on, and also because you don't have to do any downloads. You just go to tinkercad.com, like so, and then you have to create an account first, so you just have to do that. And then once you do, you can go right into this work plane right here and start modeling stuff. Alright, so if you want to pause the video, go to TinkerCAD, make an account, and then come back to the video. You can follow along with me. So today we are going to make our very own coronavirus. That's right, we're going to make a 3D model of COVID-19. You can make this and then send it to someone and say that you gave them a coronavirus. Actually, maybe don't do that. Please refrain from telling someone that you gave them coronavirus. But you can send the 3D model to someone and say, look, I made this cool 3D model of the coronavirus because I followed this channel on YouTube called Minty Fries. Anyway, to get started here, let's first go over some of the basics of TinkerCAD here. So just to show you how it works, we start off with this work plane, and we can click with our mouse, hold down the mouse key, and drag one of these shapes out onto the work surface. If you grab one of these squares here, you'll see that you can resize an object. And if you hold down the Shift key, you can resize it uniformly without messing up the X or Y axis. So you can just click and drag it like that. You can also click and drag on the Z axis or just the X axis like so. And you can rotate an object just by holding down one of these rotation buttons. And if you hold down Shift, you can rotate it in more precise increments, 45 degrees, 90 degrees, and so on. So that's kind of the basics of movement. You move around if you hit the scroll button, then you move in this direction, and if you hit the right-click mouse button, you rotate your view. So that's how you rotate and move around your view. And as you can see, you can move objects as well, just by holding down the mouse key and dragging them. And the really cool part that makes this such a fun and easy to use program, so if I take one of these transparent looking shapes up here and drag it out, you see we have a transparent cube on the work plane now. So I'll just size that up a little bit, and if we grab these two just by clicking and dragging the mouse to have a red marquee like so, we'll select both of these objects, and then if you hit Control G, G stands for group, so when you do Control G, having both objects selected, it groups them. And the cool thing is if you group a transparent object with a non-transparent object, the transparent object cuts into the non-transparent object. So you can see it cut a shape out of this sphere, and it kind of looks like a helmet or something right now, so that's kind of neat. It's kind of like Snipper Clips if you've ever played that game, Snipper Clips. Same concept. Alright, so let's delete that now that we have the basics down. So we're going to make coronavirus, COVID-19, so if I go here, we have these like renderings of what it kind of looks like. I don't know if any of these are actually electron microscope images of it, or if they're all just renderings that other people made. They all look kind of different, like this one has uniform little spindles with little tiny nodules at the end. They're all like the same size. And this one has them kind of like further apart and in random places, so I kind of want to do something that's in between these two. So we're going to have like all these little like nodules at the end of each spindle, and we're going to have them a little bit longer, not this short. So let's strive for something in between these two renderings right here. So let's go back here, let's go about center again, and let's drag out a sphere, and let's scale that up a little bit. So I think we'll go with, yeah, I think this color's fine. So let's drag out a cylinder shape. And if you grab this little teardrop here, it scales it up on, or it moves it up on the Z-axis. So let's make that a little bit smaller and taller. maybe a little bit smaller still. I want this to be a thin little spindle. Alright, that looks pretty decent. So now, if we go to the top view, if you just grab this cube here and drag it until you're all the way at the top, that's kind of like your orthographic view, which you can use to see everything from the top. So now, actually you can switch to a proper orthographic view, but let's stay in perspective for now. Actually, let's go to orthographic. So now let's drag out, rather than drag out another sphere, I'm going to copy and paste this sphere that we already have. So to copy and paste, it's very simple. You just hold down Control-C to copy, and then you hit Control-V to paste. And please excuse my very loud typewriter keys here. I have a typewriter style keyboard and the keys are very loud. It's a really cool keyboard though. So let's drag this sphere that we just copied and pasted up. Alright. And I want to have like a bunch of little nodules at the end of each spindle, so let's copy and paste that maybe 2 more times. Let's go back up like so, make sure that these 3 are center. Let's hold down Shift and grab all 3 of these, and let's hit Control-G to group them. Alright, very nice. So that's like one of those little spindles that's on top of the coronavirus here, so that's just one of them. So I'm going to ungroup these by hitting Control-Shift-G, and I want to show you a secret in TinkerCAD. I used TinkerCAD for maybe a year before I switched to Blender, and I don't think I figured this out until like 6 months into it. But if you grab 2 objects that are the same color, so now if you group them, you can select multicolor. So now it kind of slightly changed the hue, like this blue is now a little bit different than this blue, but that's okay. Let's just grab this 3rd ball here and also this cylinder and then hit group. It'll group all 3 of these together while retaining the original color of each object because for one of them we selected multicolor. So it's a little bit weird how that works, but yeah, if you want to do multicolor, group 2 objects of the same color and then click on their color and select multicolor. And then it'll retain, otherwise it'll change everything to the same color of the original object that you clicked on. And you don't always want that to be the case, so remember that that multicolor thing is there. Alright, very good. So let's go back to the top, and we're going to copy and paste that. And we're going to put some of these at an angle, but I'm going to show you a much faster and easier way to do it than copying and pasting and dragging all of them individually to a certain place on the workbench. So let's tilt this one at about a 45-degree angle. Let's go back up top here. Actually, let's bring that down a little bit. Let's go back up top. Alright, very good. We're going to copy and paste that. Remember, these are all grouped together, so they're all one object now. Let's rotate it, bring it so it's about level with this one. Make sure these look about equal. I think that's fine. So let's grab both of these by holding down Shift and clicking on the other one, and let's group them again with Control-G. It might take a second for them to group together, especially if you have slow internet or a weaker computer. But anyway, group these 2 objects, and now they're one object together, even though they're not really touching, they're still one object. Let's copy and paste that, and let's rotate it 90 degrees, and let's drag it about right here. So now, as you can see, rather than copying and pasting individual spindles here, we're going to group them all together. Might take a second, and then copy and paste them, drag them about to exactly where they were, and let's rotate them 45 degrees. So, as you can see, with very few actions here, we made a whole bunch of these spindles. We're going to group them all together, and there we have it. So now we have all these spindles that we created with a very small amount of work. So I think these are maybe too tall. I'll tell you what, let's make all of these kind of smaller. Let's drag them back to the center here. Bring that back up top, make sure that it's centered. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I think those were a little bit too big. Alright, so now let's grab this one that we didn't group with the rest of them on the top here. And let's rotate that. And let's bring it down like so. Go back to the top view. Make sure it's about center like that. Let's see how that looks. I think this needs to be just sticking out a little bit further. And same thing, we're going to repeat that whole process. Copy and paste this one. Rotate it 180 degrees. Bring it over here like so. Make sure it's sticking out the right amount. Group it with this guy. Alright. And let's copy and paste that. Rotate 90 degrees. And let's group it again. Copy and paste. Rotate 45 degrees. Bring it over here. Group it. Same couple of actions, and if you just repeat them, you get pretty great results. So now we've got this whole big spindly thing. Tell you what, let's make just these a little bit bigger and drag them down a little bit. And I think just to fill this out a little bit more, I'm going to do that one more time with one more set of spindles. Alright. Let's make this little set here a little bit smaller and drag it up. Alright. Copy and paste. Rotate. Sometimes it's annoying, you try and click on the rotate button and instead it clicks on something else that you didn't mean to. Let's rotate these again. Alright. Actually, let's put these a little bit off. It's not going to be perfect, this little coronavirus here. Just to fill that out a little more. Okay, good. So now, I just want to grab the ones on top. So I'm going to click and drag with my mouse, and hopefully that selected all these ones up top here. Yes, it did. So we're going to copy and paste that whole thing. Hit Control-G just to make sure that everything is grouped together. And we're going to rotate that 180 degrees. Bring it to about the center. Maybe about right there. And drag it downwards. I think that's pretty much what we want. We might have to move it over a little bit here. Maybe back a little bit. And there we go. So, yeah, we've got coronavirus. Let's group the whole thing. Actually, let's not do that yet. I think I want to make this... Yeah, let's make this look a little bit more menacing. Let's make that a nice, like, punk rock, heavy metal, death metal color. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. I have to grab the bottom ones and group those as well. Alright, actually these ones on top are a little bit off. Gotta move them over a little bit. Alright, there we go. I don't know how that happened. Alright, let's group this whole thing together. And that's looking pretty good. There we have it. There's our coronavirus model. You can, save this, export it as an STL file, and then just send it to someone. Send them the model, and they can view it on their computer as a 3D model as well, especially if you have Windows. Windows has some built-in 3D viewer tools now. And yeah, that's all there is to it. And it compares kind of favorably with these. It's a very simple looking model. And there we go. Tell you what, let's have a little bit of fun. Let's drag out a cylinder here. And let's drag out a cutter cylinder. Let's make this a nice white color. I have a dark mode on my computer, so this is actually a white square, but my dark mode is turning it black. But you'll see it as white probably, unless you have the same dark mode that I have. Alright, so let's make this much thinner. Let's make that even. Maybe a little... Actually, let's make that like, let's say 6 millimeters. by 6 millimeters. And oh, I need to make that 20 again. Everything you drag out is going to be 20 millimeters in height. So you can probably tell where I'm going with this, but let's pair that together. That's looking pretty good. Actually, before I do that, I just want to show you this. If you click on a cylinder object, you can increase the amount of steps to make it look smoother. So let's bring that up to about 40, like so. Group them together. And there we have a nice, smooth looking roll of TP. Let's drag out a box, or a cube, as it should be called. Make that nice and thin. Turn that white as well. Alright. Let's make that a little bit shorter. I hate when my TP dangles too much. And let's group these, and let's select multicolor, because I also, just to make this a little more realistic, let's drag out another cylinder and another cylinder cutter. Let's make this about 18 millimeters across both ways, X and Y axis. Let's make this a nice cardboard brown color, dark brown, like so. And let's group these, drag it to the center, make sure it fits in here. Oh yeah. That's looking pretty good. That is a nice roll of TP. Yeah, let's copy and paste that, because that looks so good. Let's do that again. I'm going to copy and paste it. Oh, just so many rolls. Let's grab all these again and copy and paste it. Yeah, because that's just looking so good. Alright, let's grab just one of these. We're going to copy and paste it again. Whoops. Let's rotate this 90 degrees. Bring it up to about here. Let's drag out a cylinder. Also rotate it. Make that a nice, what would a bathroom fixture color be? Maybe a gray of that color, perhaps. Let's make this nice and thin so it can fit inside the cardboard tube. Let's make that long. Bring it up here. Make that a little bigger, let's say. Yeah, maybe right about there. Make sure it's nice and centered. Sometimes it's hard to click on what you want to click on in TinkerCAD, but you get used to it. Let's rotate that 90 degrees. Bring it right about there, like so. And see, it's hanging like it's on the wall. Of course, we have to rotate this. Yeah, there we go. I mean, you could figure out how to make anything you want in TinkerCAD. You just have to try, keep trying until you get what you want. I've made some pretty neat things in TinkerCAD, but this is, I like this. It's like it's hanging from the wall right in front of you. See, I'm all out of this stuff, so I really need more. Unfortunately, all the hoarders have grabbed all of it from the stores. I can't find it anywhere, even though it's been like 3 weeks now. Yeah, oh yeah, that looks good. Let's drag. Yes, alright, let's get a little crazy. Let's copy and paste this whole thing here. Oh yeah, see. If only, man, I have a 3D printer, but I can't exactly 3D print toilet paper, so I could 3D print all of these models, but it won't do me much good. I really wish I had some of this stuff right now. Let's drag this one down, you know. Offset some of these a little bit. Yeah, that's looking good. Alright, I'll tell you what else I need. Let's drag out a cylinder. And I think we need a paraboloid shape as well. Let's bring that up here like so, right up to the top. Make sure they're centered with each other. To make them both a lovely transparent white color. Oh yeah. Let's group those and make them a little bit thinner. Let's select multicolor. And let's make a label to put on this thing. We'll bring it out here like so. Make it a little bit smaller. Alright, let's make that a nice green color. Green is clean, right? And let's drag out some text. I don't like this font. Let's change this to a nice sans mono font. And let's make that say hand. Let's make that much smaller. Let's turn that black. And we'll rotate it. Let's bring that up here. Alright. Hand. Copy and paste. Bring it down. Sanitizer. Whoops. Would help if I could spell. We need to make this one much smaller. Hand sanitizer. That's looking pretty good. And we gotta fill this up with something. What color is hand sanitizer usually? It's usually like a nice baby blue color, let's say. Yeah. It's different every time. Sometimes it's like a weird chemical green color. Let's drag that out like so. Just to make it look like the bottle has something in it. Let's bring that up a little bit. Maybe this one is a little bit used. It's missing some. Make sure that's centered in there. Alright, yeah. And let's put a cap on here. Let's drag out another paraboloid. Let's make that a little bit shorter. Bring it up like so. And it's like a nice hand sanitizer bottle with a little cap on it. Not bad. Yeah, it's like a bottle of hand sanitizer. That's looking not bad. All right, let's copy and paste. I'm out of this stuff too. I need more of it. I've wiped down every surface in my home multiple times. It can never be clean enough. You don't want to get the COVID. Yeah, let's keep doing. Let's copy. Actually, these kind of need to be smaller. They're smaller than toilet paper. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, let's copy and paste this again. I can never have enough of this. Oh yeah. Oh, that's looking good. Oh, I need more of both of these things. You people are killing me. You're hoarding everything. Let's get you out of here. Yeah, we don't need you anymore, coronavirus, because we have this stuff. This stuff is going to save us. See, we don't need this coronavirus. We need this stuff. Let's copy and paste that one more time. Oh yeah. Yeah, let's... Oh, the screen can barely handle this many tries, this many polygons. Let's copy and paste this again. Oh, yeah. You just can't have enough of this stuff. I mean, you can. Everyone's taking all of it. This is all I can do. I spend all day. I spend making virtual toilet paper and hand sanitizer because of this stupid virus. Like, I just need more. Let's get some more toilet paper in here. Yeah, let's copy and paste that one more time. Yeah. Oh man, if only I had this much. I would be a god among men if I had this much of TP and sanitizer. I could be a billionaire. If I could just, in real life, if I could just copy and paste. Let's do that one more time. Yeah. Oh, that looks wonderful. Oh, yeah. The screen can barely handle it. Look, you see how it's gray right here? It's going out of the bounds of TinkerCAD. I don't think it can handle much more. Let's copy and paste it again. Oh. Oh, it can barely handle it. Look at it struggling to load all this. Yeah, let's drag this around here like this. Let's grab this. Yeah, let's drag it. Let's completely surround the coronavirus. Let's completely surround it. Oh, yeah, copy. It can barely keep up. It kind of looks like a dollar sign. Yeah, It's funny how those things happen sometimes. Let's drag this over here. And maybe right, I'll tell you what, let's rotate it about 90 degrees. Let's surround that coronavirus. Yeah, let's cover it completely. Oh, God, this is looking great. If only I can get this stupid thing out of here and replace it with all this stuff. We need more. I need more! Alright, thanks for joining me, and check this out. I started making this little model of Gelato Beach from Mario Sunshine. See, there's a little Rico Harbor in the distance there. I thought this little reef turned out pretty nice. But check this out, over in the distance here, it's Corona Mountain. Very topical. Corona Mountain. Anyway, thanks for joining me, and have a good one.